Let's move that over there. There we go. Right into the game. It's time. Yeah, that sucked. Game just died on me. Turns out every version of Deadly Premonition is completely cursed. You'll get no relief at all. Alright, we gotta go eat lunch with the other cops. Real quick. These are all fake cops, though, so they're not like the real life shitty ones. Wait, I thought the lunch was over here. They just, you know, portray shitty people in a video game. There we go.
Okay, Zach. I've been thinking about what movie I'd like to watch next. And finally, I've made a decision.
It's always hard to narrow it down just to one movie, but I've put a lot of thought into this, and I'm sure you'll agree with me. 1975.
Yeah, let
Directed
Zach
by
talk.
Steven Spielberg himself.
Or York, rather.
The grandfather
Already fucking
of
it up.
panic movies. Set in a small town in Massachusetts. That movie made me stay away from the beach for years. I was always afraid that a hand might come floating up. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yep. It's Jaws. The underwater camera work accompanied by that John Williams.
It would have been kind of
music.
cool if they started talking about
I've never been that scared by a movie before. But
the
best thing
mystery
about it
murder
is
of
that
the
it isn't
Jaws
just
movie with that
another
lady.
Panic movie. The mayor who won't close the beach even when
Think
there
she
are
had her
so
head
many
cut off?
victims. Chief Brody putting the citizens' lives above all else.
She appeared in Jaws in the
Film gave a lot
background.
of
No one
time
knows
to
who
the
she
dispute and
was.
friction between them. It certainly had a lot of messages for a 2-hour film. That's probably another reason why it was such a record-breaking hit. One of my regrets in life is that I didn't see it at the movie theater. I guess I was still just a child back then. But still, I wanted to taste that terror in real time.
That reminds me, Zach. Did you know this one?
Wow, he's
Jaws
just
also
really
appears
going.
in another movie that was produced by Spielberg, the second Back to the Future. It was directed
Oh
by
yeah,
Robert
it like
Zemeckis,
came out. It was like
literally Forrest Gump.
virtual reality
That's also a
Jaws.
masterpiece, of course, but we'll discuss that
It
another
like
time.
popped out of a billboard.
So the scene where Jaws appears is right after Marty McFly goes 30 years into the future.
I know
He passes
that.
by a movie theater and is attacked by a holographic shark. Marty is shocked, of course, but looking closer, he sees the words Jaws Part 19. The director is credited as Steven Spielberg Jr.
Not that far off,
In reality,
honestly, if
there
it
were actually only
continued.
4 Jaws movies. It was still a great joke. 30 years from 1985.
Surprised
would
they
be
haven't made another
2015.
Jaws movie.
We'll be there pretty soon.
I wonder what life would be like by then, Zach.
The evolution of which we have, like, you know, all the sci-fi movies, I guess. The far-off year of 2015. That was the year Sharknado came out, right? So it's just like alternate reality. Yeah, the license plate is just vid games. All the time. Those devils. Very funny joke. Alright. I thought that lunch just like kind of happened when you walked in here. Am I early? What the fuck happened? I thought it was 9 a.m. to like 1500. Bum, bum. Is it not 9? No, it is. Fuck. What do they want from me? The fuck do they want from me? Yeah, it says open. Hold on a second. Have you changed suits at all yet? No, not yet. I don't think he's shaved yet either, or anything like that. Am I walking into the wrong fucking room? I just said that. Oh, they're in this room. An accidental shave, did I? I don't remember. Hello?
Hello?
Agent New York, do you want lunch today? I can throw something together. Yes, please. I'll have it ready for you in a jiffy. Thanks,
So,
there.
what exactly do you want to talk to everyone about?
This case goes deeper than you think. The townfolk
Or
may
Nick
have
Starr,
heard about
rather.
the murder, but they don't understand it. It's a very dangerous situation, and I need to warn them properly. I hope most of them are decent enough to come.
No
Remember
problem
that
there.
Twitch Prime.
Emily has made all the arrangements.
I've told everyone to gather around between
Second
1500 and 1700.
Great.
Great.
Reminds me of a film I saw recently. A town is
There it
under
is.
attack by aliens, and so the mayor calls all citizens to the town hall to warn them. However, seeing
Can't
this, the
snap right
aliens
now.
attack the hall and wipe them all out together.
Is that
Hands like aren't dry
relevant,
enough.
Agent York?
The way they kill is fantastic. They used a combination of balloons and meat scenes for exploding heads. Those aliens start firing their death rays and heads start popping. Splat! Really quite something.
Agent York, some of us are trying to eat here.
I know, Emily, I'm one of them. Well, anyway, your cooking is the best, Thomas. Thank you.
She's just having chocolate
No
milk.
problem.
They're all having chocolate milk. Oh, wow. That completely recovers all your stats. Hell yeah. Check the weather. It will be cloudy in the morning. We should have a really clear sky later. Sclater. One thing with the new Twitch muting, well, not muting, but the VOD thing, if they're being really proactive, if Sony is at least, I bet you all the wrestling stuff will probably get claimed, like Stone Cold's song. All wrestling stuff always gets claimed so quick. Kinda sucks. We'll have to see if it gets claimed every time I use it or something. Although I think a lot of people would have heard already if you're going to get in trouble for that recently. Whoa! Little fender bender. Oh, wow. That put us like 5 hours ahead of time. Nice. All right, now we got to go to the town meeting. We should definitely... Yeah, we'll save when we get there. Really? That's what we're getting now? I think you have to go this way. Actually. Yeah, it wouldn't be Stone Cold, though. It would be the WWE. Like, anytime I've used a WWE song or clip in a video that goes on YouTube, it gets, like, blocked. They're not very nice with that stuff. A little off-roading. A YouTuber I like recently just like covered a weird like wrestling mystery or something like that. And they don't normally even do that kind of content, and it got like blocked everywhere and demonetized. They're kind of relentless. Bump, 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 bump. I gotta wait a little while. Alright, get out. York, get out of the fucking car. Is there a payphone here? No. The audio is so fucking weird in this game. Time for a smoke. We gotta wait till 3 o'clock to go into the town hall. Or whatever. This isn't even like a town hall. I don't know what this building is. The community center. And it's got the giant red tree in the back. It's like the source of all evil. Spoilers. The Mercury Theater, rather.
Greenvale Community Center. Now that's an impressive building.
You can't even fucking hear him. Mixing is so bad. Look at Thomas's biscuit. Only for a second. La da dee da 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 dee da.
Zach, I haven't been on stage like this since elementary
affinity
school.
with nature.
I'm not some tree in the wind this time either.
Freaking out right now.
Well, that was a tough role. I was a piece of scenery.
Looks like he's like farting for
Bright
like
red tree.
30 seconds straight.
Thank you all for coming today. Getting right down to business.
He's a
Agent
druid,
Morgan
yeah, exactly.
from the Federal Bureau of Investigations wishes to speak with you.
It chilled out.
Good afternoon. I'm Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Some of you are already aware by now of the tragic murder of Anna Graham. Truly a heinous, terrible crime.
What day does this come
I've
out?
to this town to solve
July?
the murder of this young, beautiful
The second one,
girl,
I mean? Like the 15th?
and to bring the one responsible to justice. Unfortunately, incidents like these have a tendency to happen again. I asked to have you gathered here so I can share some advice in order to minimize the risk of further fatal incidents.
York.
Firstly, please, stay away from any dark, dangerous, isolated places. Those of you with children, especially of Anna's age, please guide your children away
Look
from
at that
such
said
places
cranberry.
at all costs.
Hans.
Secondly, avoid going out when it is raining. Now, I've heard the folklore story of the raincoat killer. There is a chance that the murderer is mimicking the story.
The
Women should also
raincoat
be
killer.
especially careful. I would hate to see more victims.
What the fuck was that? Here's the other song they have. Yeah, she does look kind of greasy, you're right. I never thought about it like that.
Who's the fashionably late one?
That's Carol, Thomas's sister. She owns a bar.
Thomas's sister.
Thomas.
Excuse me. So, as I have said, avoid going outside when it is raining. Young women should be especially careful. Report anything or anyone suspicious immediately. The murderer will be caught and brought to justice. But you must all remain on guard until we do so. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Remain on guard. All right, we gotta save this fucking game before it crashes again. Look how like blurry they are in the audience.
When paying for our sins, we must not frown. The loss of Anna was for that debt.
Yeah, no one knows how old anyone is in this game. It's impossible to tell. That guy in the mask is
When purple fog covers
21
our
years
town,
old.
we'll all wander in hell, I fret. So says Mr. Stewart.
There's just no way to know. Oh, the other song's back.
Sure knows how to steal thunder.
Well then, Zach, let's ask some questions before all these guys
The
leave.
switch goes to idle mode. Like, you gonna fucking play the game? Listening. There's a lot of dialogue.
Agent York, your words really made me think about Anna's death again. How could one do such
Look
a
at the
terrible
flies.
thing?
Look how fucking big some of those decals are.
I'm still in shock.
Thomas, I forgot to ask.
Flies
You don't have a
are just as big as
tattoo
his
on your
eyeball.
back, do you?
Tattoo? I do, actually. But why?
Could you show it to me, please?
What? Now? Here?
Yes, please.
Now?
This is vital for our investigation.
Okay. If it's gonna help you any.
Well, I'm wondering who G is now, but aside from that,
Did it tell you anything?
The G.
it told me that you didn't kill Anna.
Of course not. What are you saying?
It's
You
pretty
ought to see that
obvious what it
tattoo,
is.
Zach. A big heart with an arrow through it and Love G in the center.
I don't know when he got that done, but we've all been through the 80s.
His boss's name is George. I mean, come on. Even if you've never played this game before.
Quite a performance. Mysterious and very
Sounds
poetic.
It's supposed to look
But
like
I
that
don't
for
think
the
many
bat.
of your audience appreciated it.
Mr. Francis York Morgan. The
The other
purple
song.
fog appears with rain, soiling and ruining our town. The evil does not drain. Find out why the town is soiled.
No, I haven't got the sandwich
source
yet.
from which it boiled. Then and only then your case is solved. But for this to happen, to solve the crime, the proper must do the proper at the proper time. It is not yet mine, that is, Mr. Stewart's time, not mine. But if you, Mr. York, find the right timing to chat with me, that is, with Mr. Stewart, may that be informative and fruitful, you will see. So says Mr. Stewart.
Oh, were you talking?
So,
I was lost in thought
you
while
know
the
something.
fucking
But
Pure
there's some
Mood
reason
song
why
played.
you can't tell me yet. Is that what you're trying to say?
It's like Enya's brother.
Cut the poetic rubbish, Harry, and tell us what you know. We can force you to talk, you know.
Mr. Francis York Morgan.
Seriously, what it
Pay
seemed like.
close
just happened.
attention to the signs, the omens, and the premonitions. Small they may be, they still are finds, and helpful to your investigations. So says Mr. Stewart.
Thanks for the
So
warning, Harry.
says Mr.
But don't worry.
Stewart.
Me and Zach, we know what we're doing.
Me and Zach. We know exactly what we're doing. There's a phone out here somewhere, isn't there? Nope. Those medals. Maybe not. Where the fuck's the phone? Oh, you know what? It's in the lobby. There it is. I was like right next to it when the game crashed that day, too. $1 to save. Excuse me, sir? Is that you?
I ain't got nothing to tell the cops.
Jack, the Raging Bull.
What about
He
the
owns
FBI?
gasoline stand.
Shut up.
At least give me your name.
I'm Jack. They call me Raging Bull.
That's a manly nickname.
If you want info, it'll cost you. I only talk to
York's
Ben
voice was like
Franklin.
so loud there for a
You know,
second.
first impressions are important. I can detain you for a few days, and maybe you'll become more fun to meet.
Zach, this is a waste of time. Let's go.
Hey, good looking. Nice speech.
Her shirt looks so dirty. Gina the Rose. Just Jack's
And you
wife.
are?
That's her title.
Oh, I'm Gina. I'm married to Jack. He runs the gas station. Call me the
Why is her
Rose.
belt just like
You look
not
pretty
doing anything?
revealing.
Oh,
What's-
this old thing. Oh, you should see some of my other clothes.
Doesn't that just make it
You-
harder to walk?
Oh, now you are cool. That scar really is a turn-on. You should come to my station. I'll give you a little
Her
extra
pants
service.
are just a
That would
belt.
be great. I can't believe how expensive gasoline is nowadays. Some extra service would be great. Now, about my current case. Do you have any information on Anna? Have you seen anything suspicious?
Oh, I don't know. Talk to my hubby about the difficult stuff, okay?
This is getting us nowhere, Zach.
Getting us nowhere, Zach. Yeah, it crashed on that conversation last time, didn't it? Or crashed when I was talking to Jim.
Jim, thanks for your help in the forest. How are Isaac and Isaiah?
They're fine.
They
They're
really
fine.
seem to love their grandpa.
Well, I guess they do, son. I want to keep them away from the filth of the material world as much as I can. Their mother agrees, which is why she lets me take care of them so often. And that's why I want you to solve this case quickly and go home. Those rumors about that scar of yours do more damage than good around here.
I guess I reek of the material world, don't I? I
Yeah,
have to
you
in
reek.
order to do my job.
That's right, York.
But I understand what you mean.
Just a little bit.
I'd think the same if I
I
was
love the
born in a
droning
place like
silence
this,
in the
Zach.
background. In contrast to like the 18 songs we just heard in a row. In quick succession. We'll save these guys for later.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Hey there, FBI. I'm Keith Ingram.
Look at the freeze frame for that.
FBI Special Agent
Size
Francis
are, like,
York
half
Morgan.
close.
Please, call me York. That's what everyone always calls me.
Okay, York. No problem, man.
So, Keith, I hear you run the Milk Barn convenience store.
That's right,
Last time I
man.
played this,
Rock
like
and
4 people were
roll.
like, yo, it's Vinny. I was like, what? How was
Do you
that?
sell raincoats there by any chance?
Yeah, but nobody ever buys them, though. Anyone who wears one of them, I say, just ain't a rocker. But you know, that scar of yours, now that scar rocks.
This scar rocks? Now that's a new one. I'll drop by your store soon, and let's talk then.
Yeah, cool, man. Rock on, FBI.
So fucking dumb character. Now he's just less animated.
You're Isaac and Isaiah's mother?
Yes, I'm Lily.
That's it.
I'm FBI Special Agent...
Agent York, right?
You are good.
The handsome special agent from the big city. The facial scar trademark. The way you introduce yourself. Everyone's talking about you.
Well, I can't say much about the scar. But the way I introduce myself, Zach and I consider it a kind of ritual of sorts.
Everyone has their own rituals. It's like always leaving the house left foot first. It's one of those things.
You certainly are a funny one.
So, have you noticed anything strange or out of place recently?
Well,
Totally
Becky's
laughing.
been taking a couple of days off from work, but aside from that, I heard she was in shock after the murder. But,
You think there's something else?
well, I took the boys along to see her today. She's always so kind to them, and they love seeing her too. But she took in the boys and told me to wait outside. Something about a special secret between just the three of them.
Yeah, there's just like
I
a
just
loud
couldn't
buzzing.
understand it.
Now that's interesting.
It's the flies.
Thank you, Lily.
Perhaps we should give Becky a visit tomorrow, Zach.
Have you ever fallen asleep in a room with a bunch of flies in it? Some of these conversations are just so boring. You have to do every single one, though. Snake pants.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York.
Wesley, owner of the gun store called Panda Bear. People around here call me the gunsmith.
The gunsmith.
Was there something you want to ask me?
How do you make a living running a gun store in a place like this? I'd be worried because there can't be that many customers.
Worry gives a small thing a big shadow. I do gunsmith work in my shop, too. If you got the skills, the customers find you. All you need is a network.
I hope so.
He brought his guns to the community meeting. Good. Here's what I got. All set for now.
You've got quite a selection here.
I don't know what we
No
do
wonder
with it.
people come from all around.
Even today, a
Actually, we do
customer
need the
paid me to go
SMG
to
ammo.
Seattle for some
This
help.
make life a
I
little
just
bit
got
easier.
back.
I see. Well, I'll be sure to visit your store sometime. I'd like for you to take a look at my gun.
Understood. Look forward to it.
I'd
The
like
shop
for
will
you
be
to
open
look at
again
my
tomorrow.
gun.
It's usually open from 2000 to 0600. See you then.
So I did both of these. There we go.
Oh my. My pot is getting cold.
I hate that.
Hey, mister. My pot is getting cold.
You are... who?
What are you saying? I'm Sigourney. Sigourney.
Sigourney. Okay. Now, what is the matter? Can you explain?
No time for chatting. I need to hurry. My pot is getting colder. Oh, you're useless.
Zach, we've met all sorts today, but really, she takes the cake. Amazing.
My pot is getting cold. The sound of him breathing? The fuck was that?
I'm U.S. Special Agent Francis York Morgan. I presume you are the owner of the diner that Anna worked at?
That's right.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about Anna Graham. Did you notice anything strange about her prior to the incident? Nick, are you hiding something?
No, nothing.
You're sure?
I'm sorry, but I don't like repeating myself.
Tension. I don't know about that guy.
I'm U.S. Special Agent Francis York Morgan. And you are?
Olivia, Nick's wife.
Anna worked at your
I
husband's
forget if
diner,
she's the
right?
sister of the other lady.
What kind of girl was she?
Well, she
Like
was a very
exactly the
hard
same.
worker. A nice girl.
Did you ever see her acting strange?
Well, not really. But there was one thing. Well, you see, the diner closes when it rains. Many shops do that around here, as you might have heard. Anyway, Anna always seemed unfocused the day after it rained. And came in late, too. It was almost as if she used up all her energy the day before. Come to think of it, that was really strange. Did that legendary monster really kill her?
It wasn't a monster. Just a criminal. Criminal I'm going to catch and bring to justice.
What the fuck does that even mean? Well, not the latter part of his statement.
Mr. Morgan, you're quite an impressive public speaker.
Really? Thank you, Polly.
You reminded me a little of a play I saw when I was younger.
What kind of play?
I'm talking about back when this place was still called the Mercury Theater. When I was young, I used to come here often with my husband. God rest his soul. We'd come on the weekend to see the latest play. He'd always pretend to be uninterested, but I could tell he was excited inside. He was just one of those kind of guys, really, thinking about it now.
Really, Polly? So what's your favorite play?
Oh, well, I like so many. There was one in particular, but I can't recall the name anymore. Oh, it was a very famous one, too.
Something by Shakespeare?
Oh, no, nothing. One more bell that doesn't ring anymore. I've always been forgetful about the plays we used to see anyway. Oh, and my husband would get angry at me for forgetting what we saw. He'd go on for hours retelling what the play was about. His eyes were so sparkling, like a happy young boy.
Sounds like a good relationship.
So, what's your favorite play?
Oh, I almost forgot, Mr. Morgan. We're going to have another guest soon. I have to get back and get things ready. Sorry for having to hurry away. I'll see you back at the hotel.
Oh.
Zach, I think she could embarrass the toughest of the FBI's interrogators.
Why is his voice
She
so
successfully
loud all
avoided
of a sudden?
answering my question, Zach. Amazing.
It's fucking insanely loud. Curse Mountain on the Wii? Yeah, I heard that game is pretty cool. I would like to try that sometime. What's up, Alizarin? I gotta get a new Wii. Because the other one I had got destroyed. I think they're pretty cheap these days. And then I'd have to get to modding it and stuff. Look, she's putting her hands through her skirt. What does it mean?
Are you getting closer to catching the murderer?
That hand
Hello
like,
again, Fiona.
came out of nowhere. Did
Good
not
to see
belong
you
her.
here.
Well, Dr. Johnson told me to be here. He said it would be important.
Well,
Is there a
that was good
PC
advice.
version of Haunted
He
Mountain?
may be young, but he seems like a wise man.
Oh, and he's a very hardworking person, too. Everyone thinks he's some kind of weirdo, but I don't think so at all. People don't understand why he's in the autopsy room all day, but I do. He's doing research to make the world a better place in the future. You know, he already made a fortune in LA with his career.
I did not know that.
You didn't? Oh, the
Noted.
doctor is a very rich man. He has a really big house over by the lake.
Amazing, Zach. You must be loaded. Rich and young. A perfect combination.
But you don't get that feeling from him at all, do you? He doesn't show it. That's one of the things I like best about him.
Well, I could have been fooled if it weren't for you. Thanks for the valuable information, Fiona.
Osha. You
Agent
barely
York,
see these two
you
ever
making
again in the
progress?
entire game.
Of
Like,
course.
we did the
Plenty.
hospital bit a little while ago,
Tell me, Usha, when is Anna's
and you just
funeral?
never see them again.
That's still undecided.
Does it don't
Sally
even
isn't
matter?
really in any condition to do it right now.
I think they're the only two hospital
Mother?
characters in the
I
entire
don't see her
game.
here.
It's a pretty big
Anna
location,
was her sole
too.
reason for living after her husband was deceased. Well, she's probably huddled up at home.
And I should probably take some time to pay her a visit.
Well, yes, you should. And I'd appreciate it if you could, too. But don't go too hard on her, okay?
Okay. Now, the other people. Like, these two are just kind of... I don't even know where you see these two in the game at all. At the bar?
You're York, right? I'm Richard Dunn, the owner of the darts bar, Swery 65.
The Swery 65. Swery just
How'd you
names
like
a
the
fucking
town?
entire
Oh, it's
place
great.
after himself.
Aside from the murder that happened here.
Yep. Murder just doesn't fit with a small town like ours.
Well, Richard, I'll have to correct you on that. Crimes don't care about size. Big town, small town, just isn't a factor.
I guess you're right.
So, how did you know Anna?
I've known her since she was a child. She was the same age as my son. She always stood out, being pretty and all, just like her mother, Sally.
What do you know about Sally?
Well, I went all through school with her right here in town. I never thought our children would be the same age.
I don't see her here today.
Ah, well, see, she lost her husband, and this time it's her daughter. She's at home right now, trying to make peace with it all.
You seem to know a lot. How long have you been in love with her?
Hey,
I don't know, there's a couple
don't go
good
there.
outfits
That
you can
scar
put
of
on.
yours tells me you got your hands full too, right? Let's not dive into personal matters. It'll be better for you and me.
You're right, Richard. Collecting gossip won't help with the matter at hand.
What happens if... Q.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
So Anna was killed. But why does that bring the FBI here?
Dart bar employee.
I have an interest in murder cases involving young women.
Well, you know, man, this might just be another case to you. But it means the death of a friend to me. I don't want you taking this lightly like it's just another case.
I never take anything of this nature lightly, I assure you. I'm here to apprehend the perpetrator who did this.
Yeah, because local enforcement can't shine their own boots, right?
Good point. You can't always count on the police now, can you? But that doesn't mean you're going to capture the perpetrator yourself. Quaint.
How do you know my name?
I memorized the name of every citizen before arriving in town. I also know about you and your significant other.
You mean Becky?
Don't underestimate the FBI. We know and see everything.
I'm sorry if I was a little harsh. I want to help, I do. Okay?
Okay, Zach, I'll tell you how I knew his name. He's got a small Q on his hat. That was the only name beginning with Q that I could think of. He was even kind enough to tell us his girlfriend's name. I can read him like a book, Zach.
I think there's like 2 or 3 more people we have to talk to. This guy, like My Chemical Romance, dude.
Good evening, Agent.
There he is.
Good evening, Mr.
Brian, the gravekeeper. Brian.
Mr. Bryan. I like the retro look. Auditioning for Little Grave on the Prairie?
Anna. Oh, she was so beautiful. Too soon. Too soon to go to the grave. So sad. So sad.
I totally agree. That's why I'm here, looking for the one who did it. Were you close to her?
Anna, her smile, so warm. Anna, blonde hair, so bright.
There's a graveyard somewhere in town, Zach. I'm not excited about the idea, but maybe we should at least check it out.
To the graveyard. Alright, I think there's one more person. Then that's it. Done talking to people forever. I'll get some fucking music finally.
Anna was an airhead.
Fucking likes a cigarette.
What do you mean? Are you saying she was killed because she was an airhead? Or are you saying that she was an airhead for being killed?
I'm sure she's still an airhead even in heaven. She changed her hair every day. If she lost a pound, she'd be ecstatic. Gain one, and she'd almost be in tears. She broke many, many plates every day at the diner, and she'd always have a smile on her face. Always having fun. Everyone looked at her and knew she was a cute, adorable, loving airhead. But they would be smiling right along with her. I wouldn't be surprised if the angels smiled with her too.
Dead. I even go there.
Isaac and Isaiah said that Anna was a fairy of the forest, a goddess.
Now where's she at? I need that. Heavy cigarettes. I think that was everybody.
Agent York, are you finished asking questions yet? When you're done, let me know. We'll all get dinner.
I think I'm done, Emily. Talk to George, maybe?
Agent Morgan, here's your chance to get to know some of the townsfolk. Don't let it go to waste.
Pretty sure that was like everybody. Oh, this guy. Big boss.
So you're the FBI agent, are you?
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
I'm the general. I fought for my country in the Vietnam War.
A real-life war hero. So why are you living here?
Soldier, this is my hometown. After a man returns from war, there's no place to go other than his hometown. Your little speech, you mentioned the raincoat killer.
Was that a problem?
You imbecile. The raincoat killer's no myth, not mere folklore, nor a fairy tale. It's based on actual events that happened in this town.
It is. I'm interested. Can you tell me more about this?
You kids today don't even know how to ask for something right. Soldier, if you want to hear more, you come to my office.
Soldier.
He literally exudes raw power, Zach. Despite the credibility issues, we should give him a visit.
One thing, though. Calls himself a general, but isn't that a sergeant's uniform?
Uh-oh. There we go.
Agent Morgan, I'd like to let everyone go home now. Let's go outside.
Everybody leave. Did it. Just for walking around talking to people. Root beer. A Effectively fends off sleep. I don't think that's how root beer works. I don't know about that one.
Well then, Agent York, do you have any plans for this evening?
I was going to head back to the hotel and go over my notes. I need to contact HQ and give a progress report, too.
Okay, and let's call it a day here.
Sounds good.
Contact my office when you finish your report. We'll pick you up tomorrow morning. Diane, the owner of the art gallery, should be back soon.
All right, then. Let's do that.
Hold on, Agent York. We're going out to eat at Nick's Diner. Would you like to come with us?
The diner. That might be nice.
Thomas is a great cook, but Nick is the real deal. No visit to Greenvale is complete without eating at the A&G.
A very appealing proposition. Zach, what do you think? We can always go back to the hotel after eating dinner, or go directly back to the hotel. You decide, Zach.
See with them. Yeah, the sugar. That's true. I didn't think of that.
I've been sheriff here for...
Look at that burger.
A long time now. And this is the worst murder I've ever seen.
Our town
I don't
is
think
a
it has
little
any
odd in
costumes
some
for
ways,
Emily.
but
I
it's
forget.
usually a peaceful place.
That was all the director's cut.
We had our fair share of cases, but just the regular stuff. A high school kid shoplifting from the milk barn, maybe. Or some hot-headed kids fighting, fueled on liquor. Nothing more than that.
Agent York, what kind of cases have you dealt with in the past?
Not much different from those you've just mentioned. The case I was on until last month, well, the guy killed 7 girls in a 3-month period. He sawed their heads off from the neck and
Hey, look how he's holding the
took them
burger.
back to his house. He cleaned the skulls up and used them as utensils in his daily life, to eat from or as a urine cup. He hated women. That was his way of dealing with it. He'd fill skulls with ice, cola, and rum, then he'd down it in one gulp.
And
For
urine.
him, that was a holy ritual. The question of his mental state was the pivotal point in the court case.
Oh, man.
For me, he was insane. 100%. Drinking from the skulls, well, that is one thing. But those he had used to relieve himself, he would then just use them to drink from, too.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that was too much for me. It's just not sanitary.
Not sanitary. That's probably not the problem for most of us.
What else? Ah, yes. An ingenious law school student raped over 800 victims. That was a nasty one.
Thank you, Agent York. Now, let's talk about something else.
York is
You
such
don't
a
want to
good
hear
dinner
anymore?
guest.
That's a shame, isn't it, Zach? I was just about to get to the good part, too.
Sounds like you live in a totally different world. I mean, you're like an elite agent who just jumped out from a movie or something. In your eyes, we must look like we're just playing cops and robbers. I give up. I can't compete with you.
Don't say that, Emily. The cases you have solved are all full-fledged crimes. A crime is a crime. Size doesn't matter. There is no big and small. Crimes always have a criminal
Like, who the fuck is he talking
and a
to?
victim. No victim will ever welcome a crime, no matter what its size. So, fundamentally, there is no difference in size.
Well said, Agent Morgan. We work day and night to preserve peace and order in this town. You understand that, right?
Of course. But still, I don't view shoplifting and Anna's murder as the same level of crime.
Me neither. I never even dreamt that such a thing could ever even happen in this town. I keep on expecting to see Anna here in this diner, waiting on tables.
Excuse us, Agent Morgan. We should have made dinner a more uplifting experience. Let's call it a night.
Okay. Good night, then.
All right. Now what? Forget about this part. Da-da-dum. Mystery solved. I love the little guy out in front of the cafe too. Look at him. How much does it cost? 10 packs? I mean, it depends. Easily like $1,000 if you're getting hotels and stuff. Bat down. All right. All that talking like put me to sleep too.
So
tired now.
Where shall we go next?
Going back to the hotel, York. The fuck is the hotel? I like how they have more than one vehicle with the license plate video games. Or just vid games, rather. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, the working GPS is pretty cool. That dash. Unfortunately, it's not super useful. What is this guy? What the hell's going on here? Hot dog. Look at that hot dog with tomatoes on it. Did you eat that? In 4 bites, tomato in each bite.
Okay then, Zach. Let's go back over our progress. First, the victim, Anna's death. She was found hanging from a tree in the forest. She was cut open with a knife from her chest down to her stomach. That was the direct cause of death.
Yeah, it's got a little
strangulation
shinning.
Marks and skull fracture were caused after death.
Just a little bit.
Her tongue was also bit off, and I found something inside her mouth. Do you remember what that was, Zach?
Something inside her mouth. The fucking seed.
That's right. We found the same red seed in her mouth. According to Emily, it was raining when Anna was killed, but traces of tears were still evident on her face. Which means the perpetrator killed Anna under a roof in the lumber mill, and then carried her body into the woods after it stopped raining. We found numerous important pieces of evidence at the site of the crime. A total of 4 things. Knee
Give
prints
you a
in the
Buster
grass.
sword. That's right,
A
same
wood
Zach.
chip with metal dust. A
true.
photo of a man with a tattoo on his back, and one other thing. Do you remember what that was, Zach?
Do you remember, Zach? Do you remember?
That's right. A broken stiletto heel. Aligning this with the other
Do
evidence
you
suggests that
understand?
2 people came into contact with Anna's body prior to it being discovered by us. Those being the perpetrator who killed Anna and Miss Stiletto Heel. There is also the possibility that a third party carried Anna to the woods. That means we could be dealing with 3 people. 2 or 3 people. In any case, Miss Stiletto Heel may have vital information.
Or more.
We need to find her next. We didn't use forensic methods, but we're still closing in on the criminal. Have I forgotten anything?
Maybe it was that Ghost
Of
Adventure.
course.
That was Final Fantasy.
The marks on her hand tell us that Anna was gripping something when she died.
Now you made
Do
me
you
think
remember
of
that,
Zach Bagans being Zach from Final Fantasy VII.
What do you think she was holding on to?
What was she holding on to? A round object.
That's right. A round object. The marks on her hand suggest a peace mark. The man in the photo found in the woods had
Too
a
bad Zach
tattoo
Bagan isn't
of
on
an
like
upside-down
Cameo. You can
peace
get
mark
to
on
say
his back.
Gongaga.
These 2 could well be related. But we don't know for sure.
That would be so
Next,
meta.
Townfolk. A few are worthy of special attention. Carol McLean, the singer and bar owner. She's Thomas's sister. Then there's Nick Cormack, the owner of the diner. Both of them seem to be hiding something. There's Diane, the owner of the art gallery, who's out of town. Then we have problematic, old, rich, and eccentric.
Yeah, I've been passing out very,
Both
very
will be
early
tough to
lately.
crack.
It sucks. I'm trying to break
Well, we just have to go one
break
by
the pattern
one.
tonight.
I've been thinking.
Now that Zach
One of
is
the
going to
biggest
sleep in a
rewards
giant
here is
bed,
the
though, it's not
fantastic
helping.
food. Enjoying food is cultural, and yet it's also a bit uncivilized. It's interesting how good food motivates me to work harder during investigations.
How does that work?
Oh, and on Emily's back, it was strange to me. Hey, don't take that the wrong way, Zach. I wasn't getting all excited or anything. But it did make me feel strange, nostalgic, and sad almost. It's starting to rain.
Sad
I
almost.
think this case may take a while.
Green tomatoes. How does a green tomato taste compared to like a ripe red tomato? Just like very green. Oh, what the fuck? You fucking hear that? Oh, it's Willie. We did it. That's it. Gonna pay me more than that? Willie is a good boy.
Are you thirsty?
It wasn't his fault.
You must be very thirsty? You only take milk with your coffee? Coffee with milk. That's all.
I hate sugar in coffee. Nah, that's not true. I don't hate it, but I don't prefer it. The viscosity of that coffee. Delicious.
Who are you?
My name is Becky.
DD.
What are you doing here?
My
This
name
coffee tastes like
is Becky.
shit.
Anna's
The
friend?
pussy game ridiculous.
My name is Becky.
After your throat is quenched,
How did that shit go? I forgot how it went.
take a sip of coffee and go.
Huh?
Huh? What, this isn't how your dreams always start? You don't have a weird psychedelic dream with evil children? Saxophone music? You know, the works. What was he doing that for? So weird. Sponsored by Candy and Cookies. I wish. That was a glitch. How was that?
That's me. That's me when it happened.
That's me. Another loading screen.
Zach, this case looks like it's directly related
There's the
to
flies.
us. I do not know how yet, but I do know I need some coffee. George said he'd have someone pick us up in the parking lot. Let's get some breakfast with Polly first.
Breakfast with Polly? Don't mind if I do. Let's just save, though, real quick. Just real quick. Shower? No,
Whoa
not
there.
We got no time for that.
Did you need something?
No, I was just passing by. I didn't think anybody else was here other than Polly. The door opening like that it surprised me, that's all.
Forrest Case. Sapling salesman.
I'm Kaysen, Forrest Kaysen. Nice to meet you. I travel a whole lot, you see, selling tree saplings. Just the usual salesman doing the usual road trip. Sometimes I feel, I don't know, like a jolly old bumblebee spreading pollen.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
I get it. You're the special agent Scarface that everyone's yakking about. Nice to meet you, Francis.
Special Agent Scarface? I'd need a bigger scar to live up to
Damn.
that name. Call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
What? You got it. York.
Is
York.
this your first visit here, then?
No, sir. Actually, I've been coming here once or twice a year for, a while now. I don't get much business here, but it sure does make a fine vacation. I mean, it's a gorgeous hotel at a bargain price. It's so relaxing in these parts, too. Oh, I just love all the nature. I feel so relaxed here.
Willie?
Say hi to Willie. Oh, don't worry, he's a good boy. Do you like dogs?
Hey, Willie. How you doing?
You like dogs?
He's pretty smart, too. Oops, before I forget, let me give you this. It's just a sample of what I sell.
Thank you. How kind of you.
So, what brings the old FBI out here? Sounds like more than just a vacation.
A murder, actually. The perpetrator is still out there. Try to stay indoors at night and during the rain.
Jeez.
We want to prevent it from happening again, okay?
Oh, it's a darn shame. Places like this used to be the safest in America.
Could I ask you something? Do you know a lot about seeds?
Seeds? Gardening, huh? You don't look like a green thumb, but let me tell you though, I'm pretty much the only one who can make those saplings sprout. There's a trick to it that can't really be passed on, you know? It's like, the secret of making a good smoked ham, something like that. But you
I
know,
still don't
once
completely
they
understand
sprout,
the trees
you don't
thing in
need to
this
do
game.
much.
So,
You can
so
leave
weird.
it be, and why, it'll turn into a big tree no matter what happens.
I think it's
Kind of
supposed to
like
be like
those
that, but
stocks that politicians buy that just keep growing and growing. Well, you just wait and see. This town is gonna love them. Right. We were just about to go take a morning stroll, so I'll get going. Good luck now with that case.
Thanks.
Zach, do you remember what the coffee said? Forrest Kaysen. F.K.
This show has just begun.
Just begun. All right. Get outside my hotel room door. Down the hallway a little bit. Jeez. Not what I meant to do. Ah, here we are.
Oh, hi.
If you need anything, you can find me at the front desk. Okay. Serves yours just as good as any fancy hotel. Great, thank you. Did you want something?
What's wrong, Polly? You look a little tired.
I'm fine. Well, it's just that I was cleaning up my room, and so many memories came flooding back to me.
Memories?
Oh, my dear! Mr. Morgan, that's not the kind of question you should ask a lady.
Jeez. What? Excuse me? Excuse me? What the fuck was that all about? I forget where else you go. Eat breakfast with her. Oh, I thought that was way down. I gotta go all the way back? Jesus Christ. Game drives me nuts sometimes. Well, I guess we don't need it. Whatever.
Good morning, Agent Morgan. Did you sleep well?
Morning, George. Dreamland was quite nice.
You do look well rested. Oh, I was up practically all night doing paperwork. Thomas helped me out, so I was able to go home and get some sleep, but not enough.
Diane got back into town late last night. We should give her a visit.
Which means going to the art gallery, correct?
She lives and works in the office there, so it's the only place to find her. The gallery is open from 10 to 1700.
Time for some art appreciation. A cultural activity in such a small
Look at that fucking
town.
smile.
Amazing, Zach.
Bum, bum. All right, well, let's head out. Diane, I've been living here for 10 years and heard it's 2 words for her. Okay. Well, let's go.
The gallery is called Muses Gallery. The Muses were the 9 daughters of the goddess of memory in Greek mythology.
It's just like Diane to name it that way.
Is she that intelligent a woman?
Maybe. You'll see for yourself soon enough.
Did you see how Emily reacted, Zach? I sense that this Diane is not popular among other women. I can't wait to meet her.
The gallery is on the north side of town. Take the road along the lake and go north.
Oh, I gotta drive them there, too. They should be driving me there. Where the fuck even are we at the hotel? Where are those lights on? It's fucking impossible to navigate.
An art gallery in such a small town. Am I prejudiced to think that it doesn't seem to fit?
Greenvale and every small town has every right to enjoy art.
That's right. Small towns tend to
Wow,
be full of highly
4,000
cultured
yards.
people.
God damn.
Although I can't say I've ever been to the gallery myself.
George, what about you? Are you into art?
Actually, yes.
It's pretty
I
damn
like
far.
going to the gallery. It's very relaxing there.
Really, George? I never knew that about you for all this time.
Emily, please. I'm just as cultured as everyone else.
Some people just have sides to them.
It's
that
the
you
only way to
never
go
expect.
faster is to put your lights on.
By the way,
So
about Diane,
stupid.
the owner of the gallery. Is she the type that isn't very appreciated by other women?
What do you mean?
Exactly what it sounds like, Emily. Is she very attractive, especially to the opposite sex?
So you're asking if she's sexy, right?
Well, she does always wear high heels.
And definitely, it's hard to explain.
Well,
That doesn't make me biased, okay? She just seems to
yeah, it's just like a minute or
to
two.
look down on people. She always has. I just don't like
Quarter
people
of the way
like
there.
That must be because sex appeal has no effect on you.
Now that's out of line.
I'm sorry, Emily. I didn't mean to poke fun at you. You just reacted so strongly to Diane's name.
I did not. It's like you're suggesting I'm the total opposite of her. Is that it?
Oh, Emily, that's not what anyone is suggesting. Let's just drop this conversation, okay?
Wow, George the mediator. Well, get out of the way. Too early. We gotta keep driving. Yeah, the driving in this game, I think at first is really fun, but it gets so old. I wish there was more options to just like skip ahead and just pick and choose whenever you want. I don't know. This isn't right, is it? Nope. I think we just have to keep going for a little while. Whoa. Some of the maps are just a pain in the ass. basement. Really, you have to drive to each place once, but you get fast travel unlocked? No shit. It's pretty cool. Boom. Come on. We're almost there. 600 yards in closing. Whoa. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. We made it.
Looks more like an old mansion than an art gallery.
Diane liked the building so much she turned it into an art gallery.
She left the exterior untouched and had the insides redone.
So she's rich.
She bought this place, didn't she? Does that answer your question?
Indeed it does. Well, George, Emily, I want to talk with Diane alone. Will you wait here for me?
Don't tell me you still don't trust us.
No, that's not it. But this is very important to me. I always make sure that I meet with the important ones, one-on-one. Otherwise, it's difficult to sense the subtle reactions of the suspect. This is just how I do things, and I'd appreciate your understanding.
But go on then. You're not going to listen to us anyway, are you?
You're starting to understand me, George. Well then, Zach, let's go and meet Lady Diane.
Look at that worm. Normal worm. Neon green. I think they mean like fake worm, right? Bugs everywhere, Zach.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, Mr. Obama.
No reply. Let's take a look around then, Zach.
It's a gummy worm. Okay. Ba-na-na-na. That's not her, is it? It's not Diane. Ba-na-na-na-na-na.
Hello, Olivia. Do you like art?
Yes. Yes, I do. Well, I mean, I like trees.
I like turtles.
Okay. Ah, but I see because these are all tree paintings. Do you come here often then?
Why is he stinky?
Well, no. Just sometimes. I'm sorry, I really need to get back to the diner.
Zach, she was lying about something. She said trees, not paintings of trees. She doesn't need to come here to see trees. There's tons of trees outside.
There's tons of trees outside. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back, guys. All right, sorry about that. I should have rolled the garbage outside too. Forgot it was garbage day. All right. Where were we, Zach? Olivia's memo. Yeah, I've never played Parasite Eve 2. Only ever the first one. Which is a pretty fucking hard game, by the way. We already looked at this, right? Trees at twilight. There we go. Ba-dum-bum. I forget if you have to look at everything for this puzzle. I always forget what you're supposed to do here.
Zach, something is still missing. We need more clues.
I know it's like the trees and the butterfly numbers. Ba-da-bum. And right, they moved like one of the pictures into the basement. Red butterflies, nowhere to be seen. I think it's 641 maybe? Unless they change it up in different versions of the game. Got it. It's just kind of like busy work. Nice sound effects.
Like I said, there's no point in you having this. I can put it to far better use. I'm taking it with me, okay?
That's fine by me then, as you wish.
She looks like weird as fuck.
The FBI agent, right? Just wait a moment, please. I'll be right with you.
So there's no way you could have been at the scene of the crime.
That's right. I was drinking at the bar with Nick until early morning. I'm sure if you ask him about it, he'll say the same.
She seems like way more animated than a lot of the other characters.
Very well. I'll be sure to do that. One other thing. That argument.
Consider
with
it typing in the
Carol
dead
just now.
stream. I'd rather play
She's
just House
always
of the
like
Dead,
that.
honestly.
She thinks of me as an enemy.
Like the actual House of the Dead
always
games.
bickering at what I say.
Seems so much more interesting to me.
Was there any reason for that?
Perhaps because someone she liked ended up with me in my bed?
That would explain it, yes.
I actually really
If
want to play
I may
some of
be
those
so
games
bold,
at some point
who
soon.
was the lucky man?
Oh, I sleep with anyone I wish. anyone I prefer to sleep with. I guess she had her eye on one of them, but I don't know who it was exactly. I could sleep with you, if you like.
I'm flattered by your offer, but I don't think that would be appropriate. You're exactly the kind of woman a man in my job should never get involved with.
I think there's versions that don't use like
darling.
There's so many good arcade games that I'd like to play. What's with the footsteps?
Right now, you are not a suspect. But both Zach and I are certainly feeling shaky about you. If you want to remain in the clear, just watch yourself from now on.
Oh, you don't know, do you? Artists and art lovers, we love a good thrill.
Thank you for your help. I have nothing further to ask you at the moment. Goodbye.
I have to go now. Goodbye. I don't know whose footsteps they are. They seem like very out of sync. Something ain't right. Something is not right. So this is the Switch version of the game, if anyone was wondering. This is the new version, Deadly Premonition's Origins. It does seem very stable compared to other versions, and it runs
I had a
pretty well.
chat with Diane. She said she was at the bar drinking with Nick at the time of the murder. We need to confirm her story. Let's talk to Nick at the diner.
Very well, Agent Morgan. I have to head back to the department and clear up some paperwork. Go with Emily to the A&G diner.
Okay.
Go with Emily.
I'll show you the way. The diner's open from 9 to 2100.
Just as we suspected, Zach. Diane is the key to this case. I have a feeling she will lead us right to the criminal.
That's Kaysen. Looks like the show has just begun, and it has an all-star cast.
Damn Kaysen. Let's get to the diner.
Emily, do you know a man named Forrest Kaysen?
Kaysen? Yes, I know him. The sapling salesman, right? He always uses strange comparisons when he talks.
I'd like to know more about him. What does he
Does
do
he have
when he
nano
comes to town?
communication?
He's a
Yeah, it's
salesman,
Kodak.
so I guess
Exactly.
he sells things. Maybe he comes on vacation. We haven't seen many tourists recently, but he comes pretty often.
Is that all?
Well, now that you mention it, he seems quite friendly with the Ingrams, with Isaac and Isaiah. Maybe you should ask them about Kaysen.
Okay, I will.
Okay, I will. Alright, here we go. So you can actually like look around in this game too when you're driving. It's kind of funny. Whoa. You can like look at Emily and she gets freaked out, I think, after a while. Oh shit, we're out of gas.
Emily, don't you find it a bit suffocating to be around George so much?
Well, we aren't always together.
We gotta switch to another
And
car,
anyway,
Emily.
I've gotten used to him.
Impressive. Women are very adaptable.
No, it's not like that, actually. George is hard-headed, sure, but he's also a hard-working man. That's why the townsfolk trust him so much.
The very epitome of a rural sheriff.
That's right. He isn't some hotshot FBI agent. This place isn't like the city. Everyone knows everyone else.
What about you? Zach, we'll finish our chat later. Let's take a walk around
We
here.
gotta get in a different car.
Is there something you want to check out? Well, either way, it doesn't matter. I can see you won't be rushed. I'm gonna go ahead, okay?
Okay, that would be fine.
The diner is open from 9 to 2100.
Damn it,
Don't keep
Emily.
me waiting too long, okay?
We had to do it though, because you get a mission failure if you ran out of gas like that, I think. Well, I'm not actually sure what happens. Maybe? Isn't there a really Mimi car? Yeah, there's like a Vidyabum car. It's only in the director's cut, I think, though. I forget what's in the director's cut that's not in this version of the game, honestly. There's a couple differences, though. Oh my god. Hey, you like this driving? Yeah, you got a mission failure for all sorts of stuff.
Don't you think there are a lot of good-looking women in this town? It's like heaven compared to the town we grew up in. Do you remember Liz? Prom queen?
Liz the prom
Elizabeth Scott Moore. She could be royalty with a name like that. But you know, she was like an actress from a B movie, wasn't she? Bleached blonde hair, too much makeup, clothes showed off her cleavage, and that mole by her mouth.
We got
Say,
this.
Seth, were you with me back then? You know, that mole was made with makeup, right? We happened to be on the same bus once. I saw her drawing it on with makeup. I wasn't surprised, I guess. Just impressed that she would go that far to create that image. Do you remember that movie we went to go see that day? I'll give you a hint. It was the fourth in a popular series, and was produced by Menahem Golan's Canon Films. Figured it out, Zach?
Menahem Golan?
Think it over then. Call it your homework until next time.
Look how slow it's crusting up here, though. Holy shit, that was bad. Barely driving. You can get an investigation for failing to fish well enough. Oh yeah, there's a really bad quest that you have to fish for. That sucks. I do remember some frustration at some part like that. Whoa! What the fuck? The fuck just happened? Do a barrel roll. Just did a 1080, bruh. In my fucking Bronco. In the sheriff's Bronco. Yeah, I just got some major air. The Bronco, bro. Yeah, that was like Rocket League. It's funny. Almost beefed it that time. Alright, we're coming up on this shit.
To recap, the movie was the fourth sequel in a series that started in 1978. That's right, Zach. It was Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. Lex Luthor was back. It was played by Gene Hackman. That alone made it a must for all us fans. I don't remember much more about it, though. I'm sure there was more trivia about it. Still forget 4. Richard Donner directing 1 and 2. Now those two were great movies. And Christopher Reeve really shined as Superman. Actually, Zach, I've got a confession to make. Promise not to tell anyone because I'd be really embarrassed. I actually like the first 2 Superman movies more than the first 2 Star Wars movies. I think John Williams did a better job with the theme song for Superman.
I don't know about
Though
that.
whenever I try to hum it, it always turns into the Star Wars song somewhere along the way.
I don't know about all that.
I know it's strange, Zach. I know. So, Zach, which Richard Donner film do you like the best? No need to hurry. Take some time and think it over.
Yeah, the physics might be tied to the frame rates. Who knows? Just magic. It's magical.
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out? We are supposed to meet Emily at the diner, but that's fine. Do whatever you have to.
I thought we were going to the cops. To eat biscuits with Thomas. You can do both, but... There we go. A&G Diner. Wait. The song just changed?
Emily, were you waiting outside for me?
Why is this bell just going sick?
Should I have gone inside and started the 20 questions?
Well, that would have been fine with me. Shall we get something to eat then?
Someone should teach you how to be more considerate. And now you want something to eat? I thought we were going to question Nick.
Bennett, dun, dun, dun.
Welcome, Mr. Agent.
Hi, Olivia. Let me have your special for today. And some fresh coffee.
Our special today is turkey. A turkey and gravy sandwich. Sound good?
Oh, perfect. Emily, you eat something too. It'll be on the FBI.
Okay then, I'll go
You
all
ready for
out.
it?
I'll have the T-bone steak. I usually can't order it because
You ready
it's
for this
a little
shit?
too expensive.
It is.
Mrs. Olivia Cormack, I am here for Mr. Stewart's lunch. If it is ready, I'd thank you a bunch.
I thank you
Yes,
a
of course.
bunch.
Just a moment. Here you go. The usual. 1 turkey, strawberry jam, and cereal sandwich.
That's it.
Sounds like the sinner's sandwich. Self-inflicted punishment to atone for past sins. He's setting an example.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, you should try this wonderful lunch. It's more than a delicious, tasty crunch. So says Mr. Stewart.
No, that's fine. I've just ordered my own lunch.
Look at all the fucking flies.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, I, that is, Mr. Stewart's order is delicious, I should mention. And Mr. Nick Cormack is a genius for creating this perfection. So says Mr. Stewart.
Still, I have a hunch I might not like it. You sure that sandwich is that good?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, making decisions based on intuitions is always a sign of bad FBI agents. So says Mr. Stewart.
Harry, you're right. I'll give it a try. I can't believe it. This is fantastic. It's really good. Olivia, I'm sorry, but can I change my order? I'll have what Harry is having.
The music, too, is amazing. They're just like, what? Kind of sounded like Green
Nick
Day,
and
didn't it?
Diane. They hardly make the perfect couple, do they? Is it widely known that they go drinking together, just the two of them?
To be honest, I don't pay attention to these things.
Yeah, like
Not into local gossip?
Well, when I moved here, I was still in high school, and I kept wearing the same wild clothes from
I
my
just
school
wanna
in
eat a
Seattle.
sinner
I was
sandwich.
young back then, and before I knew it, there were rumors all over the school. She'll screw anyone. That's what they said. Totally unfounded, of course. Anyway, after that, I just sort of chose not to really trust gossip.
Get drunk, spilling the beans.
I get where you're coming from. I used to dress like a hardcore punk rocker when I was in high school.
You?
Like,
A punk
it's so
rocker?
fucking weird.
Nobody took my side, even when I had good grades.
people rejected me just because of what I wore.
Thought the game broke for a
I
second.
was young back then, too.
Even still, I just don't see you as a punk rocker.
And you laugh? Look at you. No makeup on, dressed in uniform, eating a steak for lunch. Okay, back to work. Let's talk to Nick.
Boom. Are they just casually getting swarmed by bees? It's because he smells bad. He's never taken a shower. You! Can't leave now. Wait, why can't I? Coffee, nice. Diane claimed to be drinking with Nick on the day of the murder. I wonder what Olivia was doing then. Oh, we gotta interview these guys. Olivia, I was wondering what you could tell me about the AG stand for. What the fuck? Why was that so loud? Oh, that. It's apple and gravy. Why is that so awful? My husband has been proud of his special gravy made with applesauce. Jesus Christ. So when we were setting this place up, we used it in the name. Why? Nick's father suggested that we put something we're proud of in the name. Well, that's one burning question answered. I'd like to ask you a little about Nick, too. A little is okay. Like what? How come they're not voice acting this? Oops. We're done talking to her now? What's up? Can you tell us what you're doing on the night Anna was killed? Was at the bar with Diane. What'd you two talk about, Nick? Rembrandt and Turner, is that a problem? No, no problem. If you think Diane did it, then you're wrong. No, that's not it. Oh, so it's me you're after, isn't it? You're wrong again. So much for the FBI, huh? That isn't it either, Nick. I think there's something both of you are hiding. You can tell when people are hiding something by their reactions. Eye, tongue, and hand movements, sweat, dry lips, neck angles, and such. I'm working here. If you aren't ordering anything, get out.
No!
What was that, Nick? The fuck did you just say to me? Give me all the sandwiches. Nick and Diane's stories match up. It isn't hard evidence, but it certainly supports her alibi. But the two of them could be in cahoots. I think we need to talk to Olivia about it again, Zach. No, not Olivia again. God damn it.
There's something I'd like to confirm with you, Olivia, if that's okay.
Yes. Well, so
she's
long as
actually
it doesn't
talking
take too
now.
long.
First, what were you and Nick doing on the night of the murder?
I was here in the diner. Nick said he was going to the bar for a couple of drinks.
Does he go to the bar often? Leaving you to hold up the fort?
Yes. He says he enjoys the conversation with Diane. I thought they went drinking again together that night.
Do the three of you ever go drinking together?
Well, you see, I'm really not into art.
And your husband is well versed in the arts then, I take it.
Oh, yes. Looking at art and talking about it is his way of relaxing.
People just aren't what they seem. Like a certain someone who was into punk rock 10 years ago.
You are absolutely right, Emily. But you can be an art lover and a liar at the same time. One more thing, Olivia. You just said that you aren't interested in art.
That's right. And
So, how come I bumped into you at the art gallery? Didn't seem like Nick brought you there. You were there alone.
well, I like trees, is the thing. That's why I went there.
Surely you'd be better off in the forest rather than an art gallery then. I think you went to the gallery not to see trees, but to see Diane, right?
Smoke weed every day. She says she
Or perhaps
likes
this
trees,
isn't the
okay?
right place to ask.
Leave her alone.
Meet me in the backyard. You can get there from the parking lot. I'll wait for you there for an hour after we close up.
The key to the backyard.
They close at 2100. Should we get something to drink and wait?
Wait, what are we doing now? Look at that potato. That looks like Billy the Bass. Like the talking bass. Take me to the river.
Agent York, what do we do now?
I want to hear what Olivia has to say. Let's kill time until the diner closes.
Okay, then I'm gonna make a trip back to the department. I'll see you in the backyard later.
Okay, sounds good.
Take me
See you
to
later,
the
then.
river. Shadow. The 6 months. What's up, dude?
Zach, about Olivia. I
What's
presume
going
she wants
on?
to tell us something about Nick and Diane. Let's hope it's not just something for the gossip columns.
You gotta get more ammo for that thing. Alright, so now we gotta wait till 9 o'clock. I think there's a good way to pass some time, though. Just go eat lunch with those guys? Even though we just ate? Second lunch? Zach is, you know. Zach. What do you mean? Lunch 2. It's time for lunch 2. Nope, not in here.
Very expensive.
Somewhere. Easy Jenkin. With those bits, dude. That's how you say your name. Here we go.
Hello?
You're going to see Nick today, right? Then you'll have lunch at the diner? I can make something if you like, yes. I'll be ready for you in a jiffy.
Thomas,
Second lunch.
have you ever eaten Emily's cooking?
What?
Hey, what exactly
Yo,
are
look at
you
that hot
asking?
dog, though.
I was just wondering what you thought of her cooking, that's all. You know, perhaps an unbiased opinion of one who is himself a fantastic chef. So how about it? Have you eaten her cooking?
I have. Just once.
And how was it?
Well, that's not an easy question.
Honesty is the best policy.
How can I say this?
Cut it out, Agent York.
He's pleading the fifth. He has the right to remain silent. Don't try and force him to say something. He has the right to an attorney.
George, and what are you trying to say?
Anything I say.
That's
may
it.
be
The
used
flies
in
are
a
just
court
there
of
because
law.
not bathing.
Let's just let the topic of Emily's cooking go, okay?
I can't do that, George.
And yeah, not
I wanna
changing
know.
suit and stuff.
I guess it's just my curiosity. So tell me, Thomas.
Well, for lack of a better word, let's just say it's Amazon-style cooking.
Ah, that was well said. I'm impressed.
Amazon style cooking.
Oh, you were lacking words, were you? let's get back to work.
The fucking organ, though. That's like 5,000 calories worth of lunch. Time to go solve a mystery. Oh, save is probably a good idea. Look at that chocolate chip cookie, though. Insane. Oh, there's a phone right here. Look at that fly. $1. Alright, where's the car? Also, where is this place? Is it just right over here? Greenvale has a zip code? I'm sure there's like a million Greenvales. Seems like a pretty common town name. Sunnyvale? Are you familiar? What do they want from me? We gotta wait till a certain time. Time to chain smoke. So to make time go by in this game, you just smoke. So we gotta wait like 9 hours. There's no way he's gonna do it. Maybe? Yeah, the deer's going nuts. They're friends, though. It's all good. Yeah, I think there's a couple games that use that as a way to make time go by. Huh, it actually worked all the way. If you get too hungry or tired, it'll like cancel it out. It'll get out of the menu. Yeah, I better get some to eat soon, Zach. We just had like 3 lunches, man. Fucking bell time again.
Well then, Olivia, talk to me.
Yes. In the beginning, Nick only went to the gallery during the day, but he went so often at some point he became friendly with Diane. They started going out drinking together, and now he doesn't come home until early morning. He always says that they were only drinking when I ask. He blames me for not being able to talk about Turner and Rembrandt, which of course I can't, can I? So what can I say? Finally, I couldn't take
Not
it
very
anymore.
good.
So I followed him. He did go to the bar.
Yeah, he's got like a beard
to
now.
start with. Diane was there too. But the real problem is where they go to next, right? So I waited outside the bar to see where they might go. And they eventually left the bar and headed for the art gallery. But it was already early morning, but it was still dark. Just before going inside, Diane turned around. It should have been too dark to see me, but I swear, her eyes looked right at me. They seemed to flash for a moment. I was so rattled Then I left and went home. The next day, Anna was found dead. I didn't know what to do. I went to the gallery to talk with Diane about it, to confront her. But once I was there, I couldn't find the courage to go through with it. Then I saw you there, and I just felt I had to go home. Nick has been seeing Diane every night recently. He just left for tonight, too. I really don't know what to do.
It is a mystery.
York, we ought to take Nick in for questioning.
No, not yet. This alone isn't enough.
Emily, answer me.
This is Emily. Agent York is with me, too.
I've just received word from Thomas at the sheriff's department. Something has happened at Becky's house. It was called in by Quinn.
The song reminds me of Final Fantasy VII.
We have no further details. I've sent Thomas over there. Can you go back him up?
Send Thomas over there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I guess.
One other thing. It sounded like he said, raincoat killer. This may well be related to the murder case. Take all due precautions.
No! It couldn't be! Nick! Oh, please, no! What can I do? Nick!
Olivia, calm down.
Emily, take care of Olivia. I'm heading over to Becky's.
She lives in the big house over by the lake. Hurry!
Bum, 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 bum.
Hope this isn't anything serious. Damn it, Zach. We may have screwed up during the investigation.
Do you like Heavy Rain? I actually never really played it. Kind of familiar with it. I'll have to give it a shot one day. All right. I'm going to leave off there with Deadly Premonition for now. Let's look at a little chunk of it. The next part is a little spicy, if I remember correctly, so I'm going to leave it for next time. Bang, 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 bang.